Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to build one game PC in which I have to use Asus Prime B-350 Plus with AMD Ryzen 3500 and SSD and 32 GB of RAM. If you are facing problem to create partition error or black screen with this Asus Prime B350, then this video is very helpful for you because I'm going to build in front of you whole PC step by step, and then we will check if there is any error coming, how we can solve that. I request kindly don't skip this video, watch until end. I'm going to tell you in this video you have all problems of solutions. So let's start. Okay guys, as you can see I have all items whose we are using to build the PC. So first of all, this is a AMD Ryzen 3500, then Corsair RAM 32 GB, in which I have two module 16 GB, and this one speed is 3200 mHz, because this board is supported until 3200 mHz overclocking. So this is a Wi-Fi adapter I will use to get Wi-Fi. This is a Samsung latest SSD 980 Pro. This is a motherboard Asus Prime B-350 Plus. This box have a graphic card inside. We are going to check first display through the VGA port. If we have problems, then we will solve that, and then we will check with this graphic card also. This box have a CPU cooler. I'm going to unbox everything step by step for you, and then we are going to build a computer. And here I have a power supply in which have a 550 watt. As you can see here, 550 watt power supply, and this one is a nice power supply in which have a lot of connectors, especially for graphic card 2 extra connectors, and for CPU power 8 pin connectors. Okay, so I'm going to unbox. They pack very good. And this one Asus B350 Plus 5X performance. So if you think you have a less budget, then I think this one is very nice for you, because this is value price is under $100, but you can get all functions whose you need, like M.2 support, whose I have SSD. So okay, this is motherboard inside, in which you have 4 slots for RAM, DDR4 RAM. For power supply, this connector here is AM4 supported, like AMD's processor can be, and here these are PCI Express slot 2. You can get this board PCI slots, and this one. Okay, we on again. First remove the cable, everything, then We wait, and then all power gone from the motherboard, then I on again, and now you can see the lights are on, so it's meaning power is coming in motherboard. We are going to on again. But still no display. Light is still red. It must become green, and then display will come. So we don't get any display. So guys, if you feel same problem, then don't have to worry, because you are watching my video and I am going to tell you how we can solve this. Everything is perfect, but you don't get display. How we can solve? We have to put external graphic card, because this motherboard no support. Inside have a processor AMD Ryzen that no supported with this VGA. Okay, this is very simple solution, and I hope you will be understand, because this is non-integrated motherboard. It's mean that this processor AMD Ryzen 5 not supported with this VGA. Okay, so you must put external graphic card, then you will get display. Okay, I'm going to put now external graphic card. First of all, you have to close all PC. Then I'm going to put a graphic card. So this is graphic card, Asus 4GB graphic card, in which I have two HDMI ports. So I have also HDMI converter that I'm going to use. So first of all, I'm going to remove, because VGA time now is over, and I'm going to change. How you have to put a graphic card? As you can see, here is two cuts. So first you have to match this cut here, not this slot, this is PCI. You have to put PCI Express slot. You have to open jack this first, this white color, then you have to match this cut with this cut, and then you have to push a little bit, and then it's adjusted. That lock automatically come up to lock the graphic card. Okay, now we set also graphic card, and we have here not VGA option, only HDMI option, and the other one DVI the other. So how we can connect? Because this LCD whose I have, in which have no HDMI option. So this is another problem, but don't worry, I have a solution for this also. Which solution? We need one converter who's called HDMI to VGA converter. This one side VGA, this side HDMI, and here have IDO 3.5mm jack. And you can get also this cable with same converter. When you buy, you will get also this connector, the 3.5mm jack. So I'm going to put what you have to do. You have to connect this VGA to here in your LCD, and then you have to connect this one, because my LCD have speakers. So here they give one 3.5mm jack option IDO in. So one I have to put there, and the other one I have to put back to the connector. Okay, and now you have to do, you need one HDMI cable, simple, both sides you have HDMI. This one side you have to connect there back to converter, and one side I will connect back to the graphic card. Okay, I connected already, one side here and one side back to the LCD. Okay, let's going to check again if now display come or not. So you have to connect the same. First of all, power supply, make on, then you can see the power come already. Then you have to do same again. Okay, so it's connected. So this one's go off, is doing adjustments, and then now go on, and then as you can see here, still red, but you have to wait a little bit, and then display must come. Now come. How? Because I forget to put power in the graphic card here. You must not forget, okay? You must give power to the graphic card also. So we are going to close once, and then you have to put graphic card connector with it. This is PCI Express. You have to put this 8 pin. You be careful, this one side is like this round, so you have to match this side in connected also round, so that side come like this. Okay, so I'm going to connect. Okay, when you push is good that it can be adjusted. Okay, let's start again. Okay, now we are going to check. If you feel your graphic card fans a little bit move and then stops, so don't have to worry, because this is normal. Graphic cards, they put the system like that. When we use them too much, then they will, when they become warm, then they will automatically on. So it's not a graphic card have error or something problem. So as you can see, is still red, but you have to wait a little bit, and display came. You see how fast is it? It's very fast, wonderful. I already installed Windows in SSD, because I have to check SSD work or not. You know, sometimes a compatible issue or something, so that's I confirm. But I'm going to tell you step by step about setup, because you have a question in your mind that you have to install Windows in the, whose I told you in the start that you have problem during the installation Windows, and when you create partition, then you have error that partition cannot create. So you have to click del button continuously, and F1 del. You have to go to setup. If your PC says you that F1 click to go setup, and then only no other options, then I'm going to tell you how you can solve. Okay, this is setup. If you get error here, CPU fan error, whose I told you from start, you must put CPU power connector here, white one, not black one. If you put black one, then you get error here. Okay, so here is showing CPU temperature and motherboard temperature. Okay, what do you have to do? If first of all, when your PC says you F1, click F1 to go setup only, no other option, no start Windows, nothing. How we can solve this? Second, you can see here is showing that memory stick 32 GB, but DDR4 2133, but I have 3200. How we can fix this? So first of all, we are going to solve problem of RAM. So where you have to go, advanced mode, Then you have to go here, AI tweaker you have to go, and then you have to see here memory frequency. Here is auto. Okay, you have to click this button, and then you have to go down. If you have 3400, you have to select this. I have here 3200, so I have to select this one. Okay, so you can see I select this memory frequency. Then second, you have to go to boot tab, and the other problem solution I'm going to tell you, whose F1 only say you F1 to go to setup, not to start Windows, start USB boot, USB something. No, only to go every time you go setup. No, you don't have to go to setup, you just have to go to here boot, and then boot configuration. Then you have to close here boot logo display. Here is auto, then you have to close, disable, and post report 5 seconds if you want to. You don't have to do nothing else, only this one you can disable logo, then it will not go to logo. Okay, then you have to go to the exit and save changes and reset, this option here you have to do. Okay, and then restart your PC. Okay, you see this one is going automatically to start the Windows. Okay, now the last problem and very important problem whose we are going to solve, how you install the Windows. Because when you go to the Windows to create partition, then you get error. Windows cannot create partition in SSD or something. That is very common error coming, and people have a confusion how to solve this. But in this video I'm going to tell you how you can solve very easily without disk part. Keep in mind, without disk part, because you can find a lot videos with disk part, but with disk part your data will be destroyed, your data will be lost from hard drive. But I am going to tell you without lose data, without have any kind of disk part, cmd command prompt, you don't have to go, you don't have to write nothing there. You just create one USB, and then you have to connect, and I'm going to tell you how you can start that. Okay, I connect this USB, and now I'm going to on. But first of all I want to tell you, this USB ISO file I load in the Rufus tool. Rufus tool is one software, small, very small software, 1 2 MB software, and then I load there, and then I select GPT partition type. Okay, and then I write this USB. Now I'm going to check is work or not. Okay, first of all you have to go to setup. Okay, when you go to setup, then you have to go to boot tab again. Then here you have to see first boot option, boot options 1. Here is Windows boot manager. Okay, and what you have to do, you have to select here UEFI first, then you can click from here direct also. When suppose you have this one, second number, you can you can set your UEFI 2. You can go to boot menu. Here is boot menu, and you can select here, you can choose UEFI boot. This simple, when you choose this will not work because this one USB Windows I prepare GPT method, so it will work with UEFI. If your USB have MBR partition type, then it will you have to on legacy mode from the setup. Okay, then when you click here USB, then you see it's started right away, direct loading the windows. After a while it will bring us the same stage where you get error. So let's check. Just here you select language. My language is English. Then you have to click next, install now. If you have a key, then you can type. If you don't have, I don't have key, then you type that one. Okay, you see here is two windows, so I select 64-bit, then click next, and then here you have to click I accept, then next. Here you have to click custom installation, and as you can see here I already make partitioned. When I bought new one, then here will show only one unallocated partitions. So then you have to click and you have to start to create partition. Okay, and you can see here next option on. If you have off and here you don't have that error not creating partition, you must create a USB drive in Rufus tool, RUFUS-TOOL. Then you download, and then you have to go to setup directly, and then you have to click UEFI direct. Okay, I'm going to restart. I'm going to tell you how you can change legacy mode. If you have MBR, then you must change from the setup. With this 100% your problem will solve. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask me through the comments. If you cannot solve with this method problem, I am responsible. Okay, I will solve your problem without disk part command. Okay, this system on, you have to go to the here Rufus tool. You have to download. I'm going to tell you is free software without cost. So we don't have internet here, so what I'm going to do last, this one is auto and very helpful. They give CD inside, but you don't need CD. Okay, this is a high performance adapter. You have to put anywhere in USB. Suppose I put here. Okay, when you see the light here is working, and there right way you can see connections. Okay, this is perfect, very small but doing very big job. You have to go to the Google, and here you have to write RUFUS tool, TOOL. Then you have to go to official website, this first website. And then you have to, you see this one will be, when you download and install, it will look like this. So here BIOS UEFI. So your already Asus Prime has set the UEFI. So you have to select here UEFI, and then here MBR. When you click here, then you will get GPT. Then you select GPT here, and here you have to select the Windows file whose you downloaded. Here you have to load, and then you have to here start. it will ask you that a USB will format, then format, and then you have to click next. So then it will prepare your USB automatically within few times. And this one here you have to download 1.1 MB software, but this one is very helpful software. Without disk part command you will solve the problem whose you are facing to create partition or to installation Windows. I have another video in which I explain the people whose get error window cannot be installed on this hard disk on this partition type. So I solved that video problem. Okay guys, I came in the setup again, how to overclock the CPU. Instead I make one small videos. I make one video in which I am discussing all these different but important subjects. Okay, about overclocking, you have to go to advanced, and then you have to go to here AMD CBS AMD overclocking, and here they tell you that warning damage caused by use your AMD processor outside certification in. So if you accept, then it will be overclock, but this one can be danger. So I don't recommend you, but if you want to do, you can do from here advanced tab, and then you have to go to last option down, overclocking, and here CBS. Okay, so guys, we come the other point that you have a MBR already prepared USB, but you are going to install Windows through that. Okay, then you have to here CSM compatibility. Here you come, and here you have to change this one legacy, and then you have to change here also boot from storage devices legacy. Okay, and then you have to go to the same exit, and you have to click on save changes and exit. Okay, and then you have to press OK. Alright guys, now we prepare our motherboard. So we are going to put in this Aerocool case. This is very cheap case, but it's not a very bad quality, but it's budget case. It's nice quality. And first of all, we have to put here the power supply here, and these two sockets for hard drives. If you have a hard drives, then you have to put here, and then you can click back. Okay, so I'm going to install power supply. So you must be careful that you have this fan side outside, because here is have a ventilation here. Okay, so you must put from here step by step. First power supply, then you have to make tight from here screw, and these wires you can put from there this hole to the other side of the CPU, or you can do from here like this, because they have much support. You can do from here, where you feel easy, and then you have to lock with all cables together, and then this one will come. This tray you must then close like this, and all cables will come here, but be careful, you must have to do Dutches. And then that tray, this one you must put to the other side, and then we must close this, and I'm going to do step by step, and then I will complete this and I will show you. Alright, now I'm going to put this hard disk with this one of the tray, whose I get from here. because here they have two, so it's your choice, you can put up or down. I'm going to put it down here. So first you remove that tray, and you see here have these two signs here, these two connectors here, so that one you must put in these holes straight. So you have to do like this from one side first, and then you have to push, and the other side automatically will adjust. Okay, but then you have to put here screws. You see here you have to here close, you can put 4 or 2 whatever, and you can put also here inside, and then you have to put this back. I am going to do like this, that my hard disk must be this side up and this side must be down like this, so you can do also. And then I'm going to install this hard drive, then I'm going to install the motherboard, and then the other things. But that side screws we must put when we will fix a hard drive here, like as you can see here. I'm going to adjust here, and then we have to, from this side we have to screw 2 screw, make tight, and then from the front side. But front we have this part, so we must remove, but keep in mind that this cut you have to push from here, then it will automatically easily come out. Okay, then it will not broken. This is downside, and here I have place, you have to push like this, and then it will come automatically. Okay, otherwise can broken. But for this you must be careful, and then you have to make a turn the other side, and then you have to pick and remove. Then you have to make a screws tight from this side, and this side that hard drive cannot move. Okay, power supply I add already, and a hard disk also I added. So hard disk you can see from here behind the other side there is a hard disk. And now I have to install the motherboard. So for motherboard you must check first of all this part of motherboard you must match. You see this one is fitting here, so everything is correct. Instead you put like this wrong, first you push there and then you see, oh, it's wrong. No, you must have to check before it's fitted here. Yes, so like this you have to push there, that part of, then you have to check the motherboard screws. So where is screw? One motherboard screw is here, one is here, and one here, and here, and here, and here. Almost 6 screws you must have to put. And this as I bought this case not new, but I bought this used, so this already fixed with the other motherboard type, but this screws will not fit for my motherboard. So then I have to open this one, and then I have to put here the last here, these two, and then my motherboard will come up, and then we will tie it from upside. So I was feeling difficulty little to put the data plate, so I remove fan, this is fan, so I remove, open fan here, and now I'm going to put a motherboard. That screw I already adjust from here, I put here both screws, and now our motherboard will be fit. So first you have to do this part, and then this part, and then you must be careful. One side you have to move up, and then you have to try to adjust there, that in the exact correct places. And then you can see when you put here, and here you can see the screw is a little more the other side, so you must push, and like this when it's come here, so all side you must be careful, it must fit easily. You don't have to use force too much, and you can use here, you can check here is not adjust good, so you must try to adjust perfect, and then you have to make tight screws there. Okay, now you can see here is adjust good, and all screws on their exact place, this one also, that one also, calmly, not by forcefully. So if you have to some problem, then you can adjust a little more, like this screw you see. So when you do here is the exact, so then we are going to put the screws up, and then I'm going to put this fan back, and then next I'm going to put the cables these, and the other parts, then it will finish. Up here I must put the cooler, here I must put a graphic card, and then we will take a final display. Step by step I'm going to do now the next steps, then we will see. Okay, so I already adjusted the fan, CPU, cooler, and then I remove this, open this part likewise this, and here I cut two pieces, this one because graphic card must need place, and I'm here in this motherboard Asus Prime have two PCI Express slots, so if you put here, so it's very close to get heat SSD and processor heat also, so I think it's better I can put the other slot here little separate. So we have to put, just have to open this lock have to open first, move, and then you have to adjust this one here, and then you have to push from this side, and that's it. Then you can see the graphic card already adjusted there, and here we have all options that we can put cable easily. So now I'm going to put this back, so here one screw will come here, so then graphic card will be good adjusted. So like this you have to put it back, and then I'm going to make two screws here, and then next step I'm going to do. Alright guys, as you can see I adjust all things. This is my graphic card, this is motherboard, and here is power supply, and this side how I adjust power supply, how I feel easy I did. You have many choices here, you have also down one hole, you can bring from there if you see that any power cable is less long or not coming to exact point, then you can change. So I feel better to bring this here, and now I'm going to close this. Easily you can close, just you have to push this and then you have to close, and then you have to put screws here, And the other side, I want to tell you something more about the cables for power connectors and the USBs. This one, this wire is, I just put out because the power button is broken, so I'm going to replace the power button. Okay, this one is restart button, IDO, USB 2.0, 3.0 and card reader. These cables, how you adjust this one, all these cables, these are cables come from there, and you must adjust there. How you adjust, you have question in your mind, I am going to remove one of them. Every motherboard they mention about the sockets where you can put the IDO, the other components like IDO and USB and card reader, everything they mention there. And there is panel, power panel, so there have the restart power button and the hard LED and these two lights. This one here is their lights too. They mention everything they written, so before you build your PC you can check where it can be. But if you don't know and you build PC, then what you have to look, sorry, this is IDO, so then written here HD IDO. Okay, you have to check these points. So you see this one is you can calculate how many this were, and this one is not whole, here is, this one is closed, so you have to check here also have one same like this one, last one. I can show you with a little bit of zoom. Yes, you see one is closed and the other are you can check it 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we can check here also 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so same you have to push this one where is not a hole, you have to check there. So same like you have to adjust there. Here same like other panels, I did this one USB, this one USB, and this one card reader, and here is the power cables, power on off. So if you don't know and you cannot read, then you have to take the screwdriver and you have to touch two together like this, two together, the wires like this you have to touch in center, and then where a computer on, then that will be power on off, and the other one will be restart, the second one will be restart, and the other you can check with the hard LED and the other things. Okay, I hope you will understand. This is screwdriver, this one screwdriver you can take, or the other one you just have to touch. So suppose these are the connectors, so this one you have to touch like this, two together, and if it's on then you have to put a power where they mention power, you have to put there, and then when you click from your button, then it will on automatically. As you can see, I build a whole PC with Asus Prime B-350 Plus motherboard and AMD Ryzen 3500 and with the Asus graphic card. So everything is perfect. Let's go to check what we did. So last panel you have to put here, this is glass, this one glass panel, that you have to check this all the right side you must put. Okay, this one is the right side, so you have to push here and then we can put screws here, and then we are going to check. Okay, I connected computer now with the cables, LCD, keyboard, mouse. So let's going to check now. I'm going to on. Here is the button of RGB. When you click here, you can adjust a different kind of style of RGB lights. This one, and there, because of glass, you can see everything inside. And that was my cooler with RGB lights. And we're going to check that display come or not. Okay, so as you can see here, our computer is working perfectly without any problem. So I hope you will understand after watch this video how to build game PC. So guys, I hope you will like my video. If you like, if it's helpful for you, then please subscribe my channel and click on bell icon for next upcoming my videos updates automatically. And share this with your friends that they can get advantage also from this video. Keep in touch. If you have any kind of problem, you can contact with me through the comments. I will give you as soon as possible reply and solution. So see you next time. Bye bye.